Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early to mid-December 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Pisces collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you have for Pisces, gang? In early to mid-December? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces. Early to mid-December, what's the vibe as we're getting real close to closing out 2025? Hope everyone had a real great year. Okay. This energy is looking behind. There's a connection to the past with this. Now, there's other themes too. Obviously, as you could see the image here, there's a lot of different things in this image. And communication is huge, but her energy is absolutely looking behind her for one reason or another, which doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk about her. So we see her in this beautiful purple dress, tons of birds up in the sky. She is holding a letter, she is holding a rose. And I depict it this way because there's another card within the deck that is actually looking at an image of her. So it's like two people thinking of each other or two people reminiscing. It's very similar to the Six of Cups card within the tarot deck. So in this time, for a lot of us Pisceans, we might be doing a little trip down memory lane, right? Thinking about people, thinking about situations, just taking those trips down memory lane. Whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, there is some sort of connection to the past and the present. Now, does that mean that you're reliving current cycles? I'm not saying that. Does it mean that all this stuff is going to come crashing back around and returning in a huge way? I'm not necessarily saying that either, but there is some sort of connection to the past before moving forward into the future. The fact that she's holding a letter and there's birds, there is this undertone of communication that's very important. So just keep that in mind as you move throughout the next couple weeks, whether it's people hitting you up, you hitting people up, it could be a whole variety of stuff. But it's like there's things she wants to say. There's things that she still needs to say. So we're just going to put her down right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, that doesn't have to just be relationships. I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for Pisces, gang. What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was very unique. Not what I normally get for a Pisces reading. Not all the energy was super smooth flowing. But a big thing I was getting was a lot of observation, a lot of watching. So whether that's something you've been doing or somebody else, the reading was titled They Are Watching You. So whether it's a work-related thing, a personal relationship thing, your eyes on. Either that or Spirit saying like, hey, Pisces, keep your eye on this. So there might be something, a situation that Spirit wants you to keep your attention on. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So when we take this, how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else. Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Pisces, early to mid-December. We'll see if we still get that similar vibe. What we got? Thank you. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, especially for the water signs. I'm getting tons of like other court cards, lots of people showing up here. I like the Queen of Pentacles. She's usually a pretty good sign if that's not representing a person in your life. Let's get a couple more. What do we got here for Pisces? Okay. 3 of Cups. Yeah, so many people. So many people. Now, this is becoming a trend, my friends. Let's go one more. What do we got for Pisces, gang? Yeah, now it's being specific. So hold on. And another person. Surprise, surprise, right? Are you surprised? I'm not really. Big communication card as well. So we do have some of the themes that we've already been seeing emerge, but there's just so many damn people here, Pisces. So I always say this: when there's a lot of people showing up in a spread, especially since I only do like 6 card spreads, that's always important. And I know a lot of Pisces are empathetic and energy sensitive. That could be heightened in this time, especially when I'm getting all these people. So keep that in mind. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I always like to look at the elements. And it seems like a lot of the elements work very well with Pisces energy. Obviously, here on the back end, we have a lot of water with the Three of Cups and Page of Cups. That's Pisces' power element right there. That's Pisces' comfort zone. So this is usually very good. Water obviously represents emotions, the inner world, imagination, creativity. It can represent partnerships and connections. So usually water is really great, but the downside to water is that it's always moving. It could be very intense. It could be very much up and down. But if there's any sign that can work with that type of flow, it's Pisces. Here on the front end, we have Earth, a little more solid, right? It could represent feelings of security, feelings of stability. Earth energy is great for the material aspects of life. So we think work, business, money, finances, investments, home, family. So it's like the world we live in. That's what I think of when I see Earth. And the combination of the two is great. I always say when you mix water and earth together, it could represent potential blessings and abundance. So as far as the elements go, I'm pretty happy with what I'm looking at. But we got so many people in the mix for some reason. So I guess it depends on if you're in hermit mode or not. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we got the Queen of Pentacles chilling right there in the front next to that amethyst crystal. Usually a very good card. I always link her to the Empress in a way. She reminds me of the Empress, just a lot of the archetypes that she holds through. Now, for a portion of you, maybe you're connected to an earth sign. So Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, could be any of those, not gender specific. Queens represent the internal aspects of their suit, and we already tied this suit very closely to feelings of security, feeling stable, feeling grounded. So when I see her in the first position, I'm like, okay, we're coming from a decent place right now. Usually, we still need to look at more detail. She represents blessings and abundance, specifically of the material kind, so she's great for money. And just cup overflowing. She's very fertile. She represents motherhood, and it's just goddess energy when I see her. So it's always a good sign. But like every card, there is a downside to this. This card can also sometimes represent stubbornness, feeling a little immovable, feeling a little stuck. So I'm not sure if you're dealing with an individual that's a little set in their ways or a little stubborn. We don't have to put it solely on that. It could sometimes represent an energy that's not moving to your liking. But I'm not going to turn a positive into a challenge. We'll circle back on her, that's for sure. Now, moving to the middle, more people start to show up. We got the Three of Cups. Now, I don't automatically go bad, bad, bad just because it's a three. Sure, could the Three of Cups and any three represent third party things? Absolutely, it can. But to me, this is a card of happiness, celebration, joyousness, merriment. These people are celebrating for a reason. Notice that they're holding up a toast. So this is one of my cards of wins and victories, or something going your way where it's like, I'm happy about this and I'm going to show it. Now, this card can represent your social circle, so we might be seeing the energy of someone you're connected to, an acquaintance, a really good friend, a family member, a partner. Like, I think Three of Cups, I think my social circle, people I talk to on a regular basis. So you see what I mean? A lot of court cards. We got the three. There's people, people, people. So if you're in hermit mode and you're doing some solitary stuff, might be more people coming into your experience in the very near future. The downside to the Three of Cups, too many chefs in the kitchen, right? Or people making a group situation more complicated than it needs to be. Or there could be a very specific individual that spirit wants to point out, and we'll take a look at it. Now, moving to the back end, while we get this Three of Cups right back where it belongs, we have the Page of Cups. Not only is this the Pisces power element, this is one of Pisces power cards. Love pages. They represent fresh, new, youthful type of energy. So it's always great. Um, yeah, learning new things, taking in new information. But this one out of all the pages is more emotionally expressive. So, of course, I think about messages, I think of conversations, I think of talks, just like we saw with that very first Oracle card. So, this is going to be an important card. Now, can the clarifier just tell us something that's coming towards you? Sure, since it's one of your cards. But it could also be speaking about socializing or speaking, talking. There's a lot of things we could see with the page. The downside to the Page of Cups is sometimes it could be a little shy. Sometimes it could be a little bashful. Sometimes it'll bite its tongue and suppress things. So we do want to look at that further and see if there's something left unsaid. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Pisces. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for our good friends? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Queen. And if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, what are you doing? Why are you here? Whoa. Okay. That's a big change. That's a big change. I don't want to say it's a bad one, but I have the Tower, Scorpio energy showing up underneath this Queen of Pentacles. These are totally opposite. So you know the Tower, if you watch tarot or understand it is a bit of a jarring, shocking type of energy. So this could either be a very sudden shift, a sudden shakeup, someone that arrives on the scene out of the blue. This is very sudden, quick, fast, unexpected type of energy. Now, I don't necessarily think it's bad for all of you, but towers, they're karmic in nature. They represent metamorphosis and change. So for some of you, if you're in a place where it's like, yeah, no, I'm comfortable, I'm cool with how things are, sometimes the universe will allow that for a time, but sometimes the universe is going to say, okay, Pisces, now it's time to move into this next chapter. So I would watch out for various situations, specifically like work, money, business, making some big changes in the short term, and they happen quickly, they happen suddenly. I don't want to call this a challenge. I don't want to call this a warning just yet, because there's still so much positivity and it does fit our theme with the elements that work well together. But either this is like a massive, sudden, or even shocking change of some kind. Could it be internal? Sure. Could it be external? Absolutely. To me, it feels like a mix of both. So we're going to keep going. For a small portion of you, and I think this is a good thing, when I see the Queen of Pentacles with the Tower, it feels like I'm protected from everything too. So it doesn't necessarily feel scared. I guess it depends on your story. But like Queen of Pentacles Tower, it's like, yeah, no, I don't care about that tower. I'm fine. I'm perfect. I'm safe. I'm protected. Let's keep going. Let's see what's up with that Three of Cups. Unless this is an energy that just comes in and shakes stuff up. But let's see why the Three of Cups is here. Why is it in the mix? Cute. Wow. And this is good. I don't think this is a bad tower, my friends. I really don't. I think this is actually really, really good. In fact, we have the Magician in the upright underneath this Three of Cups. Something you've been manifesting, whether you realize it or you haven't, or something you've been praying for, or putting a lot of intention towards. To me, it's like the universe got your order. Like it's on the way. It's pretty much here. That's how it feels to me. Love the Magician. It channels all these really strong energies. He is also karmic. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But the thing with the Magician is he is a magnet. He is drawing things to it. And with all the people and all these energies and all the intensity, I think in this time, Pisces, you might be way more magnetic than you normally are. So is it bringing people in? Damn right it is. Is it bringing situations in? Absolutely it is. But I think it's all for your benefit. Now, obviously, yeah, there's going to be challenges in life here or there. You know how things go. But I think here it comes, here they come type of energy. It's like I'm pulling things to me. I feel like a vortex, if that makes sense. That's great with this Magician, and all this karmic energy feels really good to me. So again, if you've been praying on something, manifesting something, when I see the Three of Cups clarified by the Magician, it's like, oh yeah, it's as good as yours. Like it's here. So I don't think this tower is a bad thing. Now, for those of you that haven't been manifesting, just know your powers to create things quickly are heightened in this time. Results. That's what's coming through in my head. Let's keep going. Let's see what that Page of Cups has. I'm liking it so far. Honestly, even though we have this tower there, I'm liking what I'm feeling. So why is the Page of Cups here for Pisces? Why is it in the mix? Okay. Just a weight off the shoulders. Yeah, there could be a situation or something where it's like I just feel like there's 1,000 pounds off my shoulders. That is a relief. This feels so good to me. Eight of Swords in reverse is a very liberated, freeing type of energy, especially underneath this Page of Cups. Now, for some of you, could this be getting something off your chest? Yeah, If you've been a little nervous, a little anxious, a little on edge, like this energy is even better because it's like, all right, I feel good. I'm feeling good about this, genuinely. So I like it. But to me, it's just like a relief, like just something is lifting off my shoulders. So that could be good in a lot of different areas of life. Now, normally, the Eight of Swords, notice if it was in the upright, different story, right? This person's blindfolded, they're surrounded by the swords, overthinking, feeling trapped, feeling cornered, but it's an energy that moves out quickly. In reverse, it's like all that energy just flies away. So we have the magnetism, we have the creation, we have the universal karmic energy, we have this liberated type of energy as well. I would expect a lot of different things to start swinging for you. And to me, it's like I'm not even trying that hard to make it happen, which again, I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything, but that's just how the energy feels. Like it's on autopilot. Um, there's a certain magnetism around the Pisces collective. So whether it's a person you're wanting to bring in, whether it's a job situation, money situation you're wanting to bring in, whether it's stress you're wanting off your shoulders, it seems like everything is available to you, which I think is beautiful. So I think it's claimable stuff. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. Love the reading this week, Pisces. It seems like we're getting back to form, my friends. But if you kindly look in the box, the only thing that I was kind of iffy about was this first one. We got the Queen of Pentacles with the Tower in the upright. This energy just arrives on the scene out of nowhere. Now, I like it. It does feel like a shocking, very sudden shift or change, but I think it's for the best. The only little caution I had is if you've been in a place where you're like comfortable, secure, the universe might be edging you towards something different or to shift out of something. But it doesn't feel bad to me. It feels like it's all moving in the proper direction. And some of you, if you're not feeling secure and safe, you're probably way more insulated and spiritually protected than you think you are. Moving to the middle, we have the Three of Cups with the Magician. Yeah, universe got your order, my friends. This is manifestation coming in every possible form. So get to visualizing and claiming, because this energy is all over the place. It's strong, it's almost palpable to me, and I'm very excited about it. We got wins and victories of all types. Moving to the back end, we have the Page of Cups with the Eight of Swords in reverse, some relief, weight off the shoulders, something that may have been bothering me no longer does. So I love this. Like, it's very freeing. So yeah, lots of stuff coming your way. Here it comes, here they come type of energy. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Pisces gang. What's happening? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get your one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. What do we got? Quick. Hermit. So it's funny, I mentioned being in hermit mode earlier within the reading, and I see all these people. In the shadows, we do have the hermit. Now, everyone knows, especially those of us with Pisces placements, that sometimes Pisces just needs a little bit of quiet time, right? A little bit of solitude to just be with my own thoughts, be with my own mind. And that's kind of what the hermit does, right? It's Virgo energy, which is very compatible to Pisces, but it's retracted, it's pulled back, it's going within. So even if you're in this introspective type of energy right now, it's like that inward focus that you're bringing towards you is pulling other stuff inward towards you as well. That's very, very specific. Now, the downside to the hermit, it can represent solitude, it can represent communication blockages and all that kind of stuff. Um, I think this is only really an issue like if you're the type of Pisces that really values your solitude and alone time. Just watch out with this energy because it could be, I don't want to say jarring, but it feels very intense. So watch out for like intense energetic spikes in this time, especially if you're a very private, quiet person. So we're going to put that down right there, Pisces. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The December subscriber surprise. If you would like further clarification on your situation, you can book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My December schedule is live right now, and the spots go quick, so go check it out, see what's available if you want to have a chat with me. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks for all skill levels, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards, which one do you resonate with most? When you see it in a reading, it's like, yeah, that's me. Put your answer in the comments. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.